Alrighty, guys, we're back for Farewell Oil, and this is a Final Fantasy Standard brew, and I'm Red Cat. Let's briefly go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked. But first things first, we built this together over on the Twitch channel. Nice. So, what are the oil cards that we're going to miss? Well, Urabrask Forge making the cut as a 4 of, actually not going to take the time to read this right now. There are some oil cards that we don't see very often, though, like Tablet of Completion, for example. 2 mana artifact, you can tap it, put an oil counter on it. You can tap it, add a colorless, activate only if this artifact has 2 or more oil counters on it, which is very easy to get to. Then the bottom ability for 1, you can tap it, draw a card, activate only if this artifact has 5 or more oil counters on it, which is a little harder to get to, honestly. We have the Filigree Sylex in here as a 3 of as well. 2 mana legendary artifact, you can tap it to put an oil counter on it. You can tap it, sack it, destroy each non-land permanent with mana value equal to the number of oil counters on the Filigree Sylex. Or you can tap it, remove 10 oil counters from among permanents you control, and sacrifice the Filigree Sylex. It deals 10 damage to any target. And then what we're going to be pairing with Filigree Sylex is a pretty fun combo with Ertha Joe Frontier Mentor. 4 mana, 2/4. When it enters, you get that 1/1 red mercenary token. And whenever you activate an ability that targets a creature or player, copy that ability. You may choose new targets for the copy. And you know it's been pairing really nicely with Ertha Joe is actually Elspeth Stormslayer. Here on the top end, not only does the top passive copy the mercenary, but also the -3 destroy target creature and opponent controls with mana value 3 or greater gets copied by the bottom ability on Ertha Joe. So that's actually been a really neat top end combo in this deck list so far. So what else do we got packed in, guys? We do have more oil cards. We have 3 Churning Reservoir, 1 red mana. At the beginning of your upkeep, put an oil counter on another target, non-token artifact or creature you control. Now you can pay to tap it, create a 1/1 red Phyrexian Goblin creature token. Activate only if an oil counter was removed from a permanent you controlled this turn, or a permanent with an oil counter on it was put into the graveyard this turn. Honestly, bottom ability doesn't look great, but it comes in handy more than you would think. How about some removal packed in? Well, we have 3 Torch the Tower, ought to be great in here. We have a couple Get Lost, a couple Glass Casket as well. And the reason for a couple Glass Casket is we actually have United Battlefront in here too. And United Battlefront obviously has some pretty great hits with like Urabrask Forge and our other oil cards, but it also is not terrible to hit something like Caretaker's Talent, our main card draw in here, all 4 of them for a very good reason. And more token generation that works well with Talent, a couple Carrot Cakes making the cut. A little bit of graveyard hate with a couple Soul Guide Lanterns as well. Should really come in handy with all the reanimation we've been seeing. Over in the mana base, guys, we got a bunch of fast land, even the Battlefield Forge making the cut as a 1 of. 4 Vantage, 4 of the Verge, we have a couple Fabled Passage, and 4 Monumental Facades to help us distribute more oil counters onto more important things than the land. Even a Lindblum over here, guys. Yeah, Lindblum making the cut as a 1 of. Okay, honorable mentions. Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of Reanimator. So we originally had Rest in Peace in the deck list as well. Keep your eye on this. Maybe we'll talk more about this in the final thoughts as well. Seriously, so much Reanimator. It's pretty much every other game, if not more sometimes. And just a whole bunch of different versions of Reanimation too. Lightning Helix almost made the cut, but with the Boros colors, it could be pretty sketchy to actually cast this early on if you have a Facade in hand. So it could slow you down a little bit, just having the Boros colors. Ishgard also almost made the cut. I figure that it's not worth having the tap land, besides by the time we actually get to the 5th mana, there's probably better things to do than grab like a Filigree Sylex back from the grave or something, so. Okay, guys, I do my dandiest to save the more in-depth discussion for the end of the video, so look forward to that. In the meantime, let's go ahead, take this into some ranked, see how we do. All right, we'll see if we can get right into that first game. What am I expecting from the build? I actually think this is going to be a pretty decent version of Midrange, guys. Yeah, I do. Why? Because we played it on Twitch too, and it was pretty decent. So I'm expecting a little bit here. Yeah. Well, crap. Okay, we should probably mulligan, right? If we had just 1 dual land in hand, this might actually have been keepable. But with no guarantees, our earliest thing's Tablet of Completion, and that doesn't even mana fix us. So yeah, we should mulligan. Okay. See if that Soul Guide Lantern comes in handy. Yeah. Yeah, we can keep this and send a Facade. I don't even really mind the double Facade, but we need to be able to power up the Verge. Yep, that definitely makes sense. Yeah, we'll grab a white source. Well, we got the Facade back anyways. Alright, I'll hold on to Soul Guide Lantern for a second, and we'll get the Fabled Passage out of the way, especially because early deck thinning when we have 4 lands in hand could really come in handy. Ironcrag, little bit of ramp from the opponent. We'll activate this now. And yeah, white source. Because the plains will power up the Verge for the red source. And 1 red source on the board is totally fine here. Alright, we don't even have to play the Verge yet. We can just go ahead and get the Carrot Cake down. Probably better than keeping the Get Lost open when we don't know what we're up against yet. Plains is going to... We don't know if we're going to need our Sunfall eventually. We don't have it in hand anyways. I'm going to send it. Yeah. Yeah, we don't need that right now. With United Battlefront in hand, top 7 cards, we should be able to hit something pretty good. Simulacrum Synthesizer. Oh dear. Well, at least there's nothing else happening for the turn. Fabled Passage, that's not good. That's not good at all. Oh no. We might just we might do more deck thinning this turn with the Fabled Passage. We'll grab a red source this time. And just keep the Carrot Cake open. Pop the Carrot Cake after doing the deck thinning, of course, right? But alright, hopefully we can start doing the thing as soon as we can United Battlefront, maybe. Okay, nothing else from the opponent, guys. Does that mean they have a nice flash thing to do? Potentially. Go ahead and grab a mountain here. And then we'll pop the Carrot Cake. Scry away the land that's going to be on top, apparently. Oh my goodness, guys. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we don't want that. Oh no, it's more land. Okay. Right, so keeping all that mana open, super sketchy. 5 lands open. We'll go ahead and get the Sunbillow Verge down. I really, really don't want this United Battlefront to be countered. But if we hold off and give them the whole turn... If this was something else, like maybe if it was like an Urabrask Forge or something, maybe we try to establish that. Alright. I hope I'm not running right into it. I guess we could start with a swing. No, because this could affect combat too if it was a Forge. Want to get the oil counters rolling. Oh no, guys. Oh no. Oh my goodness, it lands in 2 Urabrask Forge. That's pretty good, man. I will say this, all 4 Caretaker's talent for a very good reason. So hopefully we can see one of the talents here. And keep our hands stocked. 3 steps ahead, copy the Synthesizer. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So they had an option here, though, to go ahead and, well, no. No, they didn't have enough mana. Never mind. I was going to say counter and copy, but that takes 6 mana total. They only had 5. The Repurposing Bay, they go ahead and get 2 more constructs here. Yeah, Sunfall will be pretty good if we can find it. Repurposing Bay onto Ironcrag, grab the 3rd Synthesizer. We're in danger, bro. We did things way too slow here. Monumental Facade. That's a land. That's not good at all. Oh no. Oh no, we drew really poorly too, even with all the deck thinning. Right, so I guess Soul Guide Lantern. And we'll go ahead and pick up the Iron Crag. Well, I guess 3 steps ahead. It doesn't really matter, does it? Let's go ahead and use the Lantern's draw ability here. We do find a Torch the Tower, which doesn't do much against their 4/9/9 constructs. So what we can do for the turn at least is boost the Forge a few times. And keep the Torch the Tower open. Okay. Okay, well. Yeah, there's no reason not to swing since the since they go ahead and sacrifice themselves. And we'll let the opponent go ahead and swing on in here. It was definitely worthwhile letting us actually have the Battlefront and to copy the synthesizer, because the overwhelming amount of constructs would pretty much deal with anything, any 2 cards that we could have hit off of the Battlefront. Repurposing Bay onto the Tithing Blade. They go ahead and grab another synthesizer. This is going to be a pretty fun swing, so we're definitely letting them play this out. I wish I didn't hold the Torch the Tower because I'm trying to drop the GGs here. Actually, right on the swing, we'll drop the Torch the Tower. Haha! Bargain! Yes! 3 damage to your 13. 13 construct. Oh, buddy. Well, I will say this. On Twitch, we definitely drew better than this game. Let's see if we could actually do something a little better. Also, it's important to showcase this side of the deck list too, because it's not going to be unheard of to flood out a little bit and miss all of your key components. And thank goodness we actually landed that United Battlefront too. The opponent was just doing way more than what we were doing, especially at that point in the game. Something to be said about early ramp for a deck list like this too. Like, we have the 3 Tablet of Completions, but in some cases, even in oil deck lists, an Iron Crag would do just as fine. And would be a little bit faster too, as you don't have to wait for it to have a couple oil on it. Much better starting hand, guys. Wow. Okay, and we go first. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Oh no, Leyline Axe for free. Okay. Get the plains down. They also play a plains. Ruin Lurker Bat with the Leyline Axe. I'm scared. I'm scared about it. Keep the Facade back for now, I suppose. Get the Carrot Cake down. See what's on top. Soul Guide Lantern. I don't know what we're up against. I'm going to send it to the bottom because it doesn't look like Reanimator, but I hope I'm not wrong. Actually, Ruin Lurker Bat could mean a Raise the Past style deck list, but honestly, kind of just looks like Mono White Life Gain right now. Okay, we can establish the Caretaker's talent. It'll be nice to have down. Sheltered by Ghost does pick it up, though. If we wait for turn 4, we don't have double white sources on the board or ready in hand to use this and level 2, so we won't get the card draw. So maybe just a little bit of setup with the Urabrask Forge. Yeah, no reason not to swing. So go ahead, take the block, especially since we're tapped out too. It's only 3 to equip the Leyline Axe, so equipping that to the Channeler would be super deadly. See if they find their 3rd. Okay, they go for a Ruin Lurker Bat. They go for a Healer's Hawk. This is scary, dude. Is there a better chump in this Bunny Rabbit's future? No, but there's a chance we see a white source off the top and we can copy the Bunny Rabbit on the level 2. Filigree Sylex is beautiful here. Oh, thank goodness, guys. That's really good. Okay. Okay, we should get ready to pop all their 1-drops. The Channeler with Double Strike Trample is still going to be a real problem. The free Leyline Axe is brutal. We'll have Carrot Cake open. I wouldn't mind the card draw on the talent. We only need one oil counter on the Sylex. Okay. I'm just making sure I'm not messing this up, right? We want to go one oil from the facade. Oh, we won't have Carrot Cake then. But that's fine. This is still the play, right? Do we wait for their turn? By the way, Facade's ability is only as a sorcery, but Filigree Sylex ability doesn't say anything about sorcery. So I guess we could wait, see what they do on their turn. Yeah, it's open. We didn't have to tap it for the oil now. I guess we should have swung first, too. That's good. We got the 2 through. Okay. Right. So, are we going to be okay here? Let's see if they find their 3rd mana to equip the Leyline Axe. Because a 5 power double strike trampling trampling channeler. Wow. That's hard to say. That would be devastating. Looks like they do miss their 3rd. Thank goodness, bro. Go for the full swing, and we pop all their 1-drops. Yes. It's good. And this is a good chump for the bunny rabbit, right? While we have the chump, we should take the chump. Because there's no guarantee we'll have the chump next turn if they do have enough for the Leyline Axe. A Johnny's Pridemate after combat probably means they had other plans in hand, depending on what we ended up doing. So, Caretaker's talent, we can actually start to draw then. And we'll go Facade onto Urabrask Forge. Makes sense to me. Get that down. Trade that over. Actually start getting some pretty good damage after they run out of blockers, which I don't think they'll block with the Pridemate anyways. Yeah, they're just 1 mana short from obliterating us with some double strike. Go ahead, take this. We did not find the mana for the Elspeth Stormslayer, unfortunately, but Tablet of Completion doesn't even help us ramp into it because we need the 2nd white source on the board. Okay, well, good news. They still missed their 3rd mana. Torch the Tower is excellent business here. So, we have a great swing with the Forge, copy with the talent, hopefully find a 2nd white source. Like, we're in desperate need of the 2nd white source, right? Let's see what we draw first. We don't have to copy with the talent yet. Okay, Vantage. Even though it comes out tapped, that's great news, man. We have a couple options here, don't we? We could get the other Carrot Cake down instead of copying. Number 1, we know that the Vantage is coming down. Establishing it right here, right now is great. Yeah, copying the 5/1 is pretty good. Trades into the Channeler, they can redistribute the counters. We can also finally establish the Tablet of Completion too. Carrot Cake, Tablet of Completion. Probably Torch the Tower though is a little better. So let's do Carrot Cake. Yeah, I wanted to save the facades to power up the Tablet of Completion, but we're getting too late into the game, and honestly, we might just distribute that onto the Forge again, maybe next turn. And before they untap, we don't know what kind of protection they could possibly have here. We're going to go ahead and pop the Channeler now. They distribute the counters, but am I worried about it? A little bit. No. Torch the Tower's exile, guys. Channeler says die, right? It does say die. Okay, Lindblum isn't bad, but we can send that to the bottom. It could be pretty good with the Elspeth on the board, but nope, we don't need more mana, that's for sure. Holy cow, guys. Okay, so Channeler's out of the equation, and I'm just going to do nothing with the facade because I haven't decided what I want to do with these oil counters yet. Probably onto Forge, but eh. Okay, Channeler number 2. Double block all day. For sure. When they're missing their mana, I mean, it doesn't feel like, hey, Sunfall, wow, okay, that's great in an emergency. The life gain from Carrot Cake should be pretty good here too. I think no matter what, we establish Elspeth Stormslayer. Right? I'm pretty sure. Get some card draw here from the talent. All right, now we're talking. Now we're talking, guys. And this is probably worth activating right now, right? Extra chump blockers on the ground. Oh. Except copying the Forge would have been much better. Wait a minute, guys. We have lethal damage on the board. Holy cow. Okay, well. Guys, this is significant because, I mean, wow. Yeah. Yeah, just finally getting to the 5th mana for Elspeth, right? Or finally getting the white source that we needed. Anyways, a few things. We should have waited to copy with Caretaker's talent on main phase 2. We could have copied one of the Phyrexians. We would have had a 6-1 trample haste, which is much better than a 1-1, obviously, right? We would have had 2 of them, too, from the Stormslayer. Yeah, GG opponent missing the 3rd mana, super unlucky. Super unlucky, guys, for real. It's good that they missed it because we were able to get there. But also, you guys know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm pretty sure we got very, very lucky in that game. We could have drawn a little better, though, too. And we definitely have enough removal in the deck list to deal with stuff like that. With those early creatures and whatnot. It took us forever to find even just one Torch the Tower, for example. We have a couple Get Lost and a couple Glass Casket, too. And a couple Sunfalls on the top end, which was great to see off the top, but we didn't end up needing it there, especially since Forge ended up running away with the game. Lots to think about in the deck list, guys. Hopefully I'm playing it out well enough for you. This is one of those deck lists that I really shouldn't have chose this deck list to be the first one that I played today. I should have chosen an easier one to get back into knowing how to play Magic. Okay, I like the turn 2 Tablet of Completion, but opponent going first without any removal in hand is super sketchy. Filigree Sylex can kind of sort of be removal. We saw that in the last game. Performed very well removing all their 1-drops, which was essential for survival. Alright, Churning Reservoir, that's a good draw. Get something down and establish turn 1. It can't put counters onto itself, unfortunately, but it'll be really good with Sylex and Tablet of Completion and everything. With double Swift Spear on the board, guys, we got to establish this Sylex immediately. Ooh, actually, with Facade, we could still get Tablet of Completion down. So if we... Yeah, turn 3 can still be a Sylex, surprise, pop all their 1-drops. Other words, Sylex this turn, we tap it. It's still a turn 3, but it's no longer a surprise. Facade was a really good draw here, guys. Wow. Yeah. Okay, but we are unfortunately in danger with the opponent going first and the double Swift Spear. Hired Claw, okay. The good news is Hired Claw's not doing damage. And Swift Spear is not a lizard. I'm going to tap this so I stop holding up the opponent here. Could be another Burst Lightning. Okay, down to 7. I'm on the edge of my seat, guys. Tablet of Completion. Tapping for extra mana now. Glass Casket is actually really good for us. But it's still going to be Filigree Sylex. It's a 3-for-1, you know? Oh, be careful. Be careful with Auto Tapper. Especially in a deck list like this. Okay, Oil. And Sylex middle ability. Churning Reservoir dies too, but who cares, right? And again, I'm gonna tap this now, so we're not holding up the opponent's turn. We're still in a lot of danger, but wow, that was good for us. Another Hired Claw. They actually held back, probably to play around a board wipe, right? Makes sense to me. So we do have United Battlefront if that's the route we want to go. We can go ahead and do some deck thinning here. And what we learned from the last game is we definitely want the other planes on the board. Definitely want 2 white sources here. Right, so with 5 mana, we also have Glass Casket and Urabrask Forge, which is pretty good. I say we do that. And then Battlefront next turn. Yeah, now we're talking, guys. Now we're talking. As far as all the games today so far, this is definitely one where we're drawing the best. Holy cow. That's just mean at that point, right? I mean, we're at 7, so I guess this is what we do. And we still have a United Battlefront too. I guess we start with that then, because we could find a Glass Casket off of this. Oh, just a Carrot Cake in the top 7, bro. Sunfall. I am not convinced that we actually need this now. I'm going to send it, and I hope I don't regret that. I don't think we have to bargain. Do this before combat, too, because I want the clean swing on the Forge. I don't think they would have blocked, though. I guess the block actually would have been a trade since it's a 2-1. And that's what I mean. I hope I'm playing it out well for you guys. Inspiring Vantage. Kind of want to get Tablet of Completion. More oil here. Get the Ertha Joe down. Probably could have started with the swing, but that's okay. With 3 mana, 2 cards in hand, and we're at 7. If they top deck, I mean, they could. A Nemesis boost and some burn would kill us. So we have to be very careful. If it's a trample boost, which we don't have to worry about as much anymore. As a matter of fact, we really don't see much Dreadmaw's Ire. Witchstalker Frenzy for the Ertha, and we're going to go ahead and tap this. Get that 4th oil counter on it. And next turn, we could move the oil from the Facade to the Tablet of Completion and get some card draw. Yeah, we removed 2 Swiss Spears and 3 Hired Claws. Okay, they do go burn right to our face, which we should be very scared about. So Carrot Cake might be what we end up doing here. Let's get some card draw first. Urabrask Forge number 2 is not terrible. But no matter what, we need to survive. And so we're just going right into the Carrot Cake here. Elspeth Stormslayer. I'll keep that on top all day. GG opponent. Okay. Yeah, going back up to 8 with 1 card in their hand. I think if we stayed at 5, I don't think that they would have dropped the concede. What do you guys think? Yeah, good stuff, man. Wow. And that's one where... So we had the first game where kind of got obliterated, right? And then the next game where it kind of felt like we got a little lucky and the opponent got a little unlucky. Even though we weren't drawing incredibly well, the opponent definitely was not drawing well at all, missing their 3rd for that late into the game's crazy business. Anyways, that game, that one felt like a fair match, right? Where we actually did the mid-range thing and slowed mono red down significantly, and our removal lined up really nicely. So nicely, in fact, we were able to just send the Sunfall to the bottom off the scry. Seems good. I like this. I think I'll wait on the Fabled Passage. Okay, Vantage open for Torch the Tower being open is pretty good. With double Lush, we can expect a Una deck list, but we'll see. You never know. Opponents like surprising us sometimes. Tablet of Completion. Come on down, buddy. Yeah, we could wait till the end of their turn to tap this, but it just, like, just holding up their whole turn and clicking the button every single time. Okay, Overlord. All right, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a Una deck list, but I guess you never know. It could be a surprise. Lindblum's also tapped land, same as the Fable. But we can save Lindblum and just go Fable instead. And again, we're going to tap this so we're not holding them up too. And we might want to keep the Get Lost open, but the second we send something like this to the grave, that's when the Una arrives, right? So I guess we'll pop Fable now, then get the Scry after deck thinning, right? On the Carrot Cake. And we can grab, with Lindblum in hand, successfully another Plains, right? Get the Scry on the Carrot Cake. United Battlefront ought to stay on top, right? Because it's an explosive play that we have in the deck list. 5th mana, a Dredger's Insight. Oh, Bahamut in the grave, ready for the Una. Keeping the Get Lost open. What's Una's ability? I can't believe I don't remember right now. With the, is it Ward? Oh no, guys. Una's ability, what does it give to enchantments? Okay, it's fine. We'll see it soon, right? Esper Origins. We go up to 22 here. Yeah, with Lindblum being tapped, we'll get it down because we want the 4th on the board. But either way, this turn's going to be a Caretaker's Talent turn, right? Wait a minute, guys. Tablet of Completion. We actually got to 2 oil, so we do have 4 mana here. Maybe we should just go United Battlefront. We see a Glass Casket, though. We shouldn't miss as bad as we did last time. And we didn't really miss last time. We still found a Carrot Cake. 2 Caretaker's Talents in hands, though. 1 second, opponent. I'm thinking, buddy. If we start with United Battlefront, that could help us decide whether or not we actually want the Lindblum coming down tapped. Start with the swing, too. But if we plan on Battlefront, we want to do it before combat for the Urabrask Forge. Woo! Look at all these options. Okay, Filigree Sylex probably. And the Forge, right? Oh, Soul Guide Lantern, though. Crap. 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 Okay. We should hit that Bahamut. We should. They go up to 23 here. Okay. That's pretty good, man. Filigree Sylex would have been a much better hit, but yeah, we're going to get Lindblum down tapped because then if we top deck something like Elspeth, we'll have 5 ready. Okay. Now, the second they get more goodies into the grave, we can go ahead and tap it, sack it, exile each opponent's graveyard. Yeah, Soul Guide Lantern was probably the right choice, but I would have loved to get the Sylex on the board. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, they actually get to do that before we activate the Soul Guide Lantern. So they do get Una back to hand here. I don't know how patient we want to be with the Soul Guide Lantern. Probably wait till they actually target something with the Una, right? Probably. Okay. Also, it's Trample, Lifelink, Ward 2. That's right, that's right. Okay. 1 turn from powering up the Overlord. We find the 6th total mana, so we could double down on Caretaker's Talent for the turn. Which honestly should be really good. Because keeping open removal for the Yuna would mean we'd have to get around the ward. We'd rather drop the Get Lost on our turn. Yeah. A double Caretaker's Talent. Oh, lagging. All right. All right. Get some card draw on the Forge. Facade is pretty decent. Get him back down to 20 here, maybe. All right, back down to 20. Anyone's game, guys, for real. Okie dokies. Here comes the Yuna. And like I said, we kind of want to wait until they actually target something, right? I don't have to full control for that, I don't think. Get 2 mana. Let them target. Then we'll do this. Powers up the Overlord. Yeah, so either way, no matter what they actually ended up targeting, we were going to get rid of their whole grave. And then the Get Lost is ready for Yuna on our turn, so we don't got to pay the ward cost. Overlord is going to come out, which is pretty good for them. They go back up to 22 here. We do have another Soul Guide Lantern in the deck list, too. Oh, Torch the Tower doesn't hit either of these. A ton of mana. Yeah, we can successfully get the Facade on the board. No matter what, we want to pop the Yuna. Overlord of the Hauntwoods is a small problem, but before combat, middle of combat, start with the card draw. So many options, guys. We probably want to keep Carrot Cake open for their turn to keep our hand even more stocked. And Sunfall should be a really good one against what we're up against here too, so. Yeah, we could copy. But if they block, we have Torch the Tower. So they probably take the 3. This is going to be a really good Torch the Tower for us, right? Oh, we should wait till it actually hits first. And then we can Torch the Tower. Having a little bit of patience is good sometimes, right? See if they got something here. They have a Smuggler's Surprise. Oh, very nice. On the stack, we might as well hit Yuna. It's good practice, even though Yuna doesn't get the Hexproof Indestructible from this because it's power 4 or greater. So that's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good for them. We'll keep Carrot Cake open for their turn. With 2 mana. I guess we could have, yeah, no, this is fine. This is totally fine. This is a lot of mana in hand, guys. Again, hopefully I'm playing it out well for you. There's a lot of options over here, man. Ooh, buddy. And also, this is a very tricky deck list to be up against, too. Really hard to actually navigate. Smuggler's Surprise. Okie dokies. They didn't have enough mana to also do the middle ability here. They got 7 total. They needed 8 total to do middle as well. Go back up to 24. Oh, that's a problem. That's definitely a problem. Okay, luckily it doesn't have haste. It looks like they're going to use some of their map tokens. Yeah, Smuggler's Surprise being in there as a little surprise for the protection on the Overlord was really just incredible for them. Sheltered by Ghost on top is bad news, especially if they decide to hit our Urabrask Forge, which is pretty much the only thing we have right now going for us. We get some good ramp here. We chump while we can. All right. Let's do the Carrot Cake thing. I don't mind the other Facade, especially if we did have a Sylex on the board, but even the Sylex is 10 damage when the opponent's at 24 isn't enough, and we definitely don't need more mana with all this mana in hand. Hey, Stormslayer, now we're talking, dude. All right. Now we're talking. Ooh, Soul Guide Lantern. That's good. Yeah, we got to be careful with this Sheltered by Ghost because that'll definitely pick up the Elspeth Stormslayer, but that doesn't mean that we don't, like, maximize the value that we can get from all this, right? So let's see. One second, opponent, buddy. I'm thinking again. I got to make sure I tap down well here. Number one, we use this for mana, right? Then we have Facade. We can tap Facade. If we keep 2... we keep 2 white sources open. Oh my goodness. Oh, we can't keep 2 white sources open. Wait, yes we can. Yes we can, guys. We have another Plains in hand. Okay. My bad, opponent. My bad, buddy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, so we get the Elspeth Stormslayer down. And then we're going to get double the amount. Why do I have an extra red source over here? What have I done? What have I done, guys? What is this extra red source? Okay, well, this is fine. Everything's fine. I'll use the extra red source to establish the Soul Guide Lantern, I suppose. I guess we'll pick up the Yuna. We wait for a good tap here anyways. They go back up to 26. So Forge goes up to 5. We get 2 of the Forge tokens. Get some card draw. This is tough, man. This really is. Hey, Filigree Sylex is excellent. We have a good block here. But I'm still going to keep the rabbit back as a chump blocker. And I think they take 10. I do. Hopefully their 1 card in hand isn't removal for this too. Because if they block and remove one of these, then we're in danger. Because the plan was to double copy off the talent's abilities and just give us some serious value here. Very nice. Very nice, guys. Now we're talking. Let's see what the opponent can get done here. Because even if they pick up the Elspeth Stormslayer, we have some serious power on this board. They only got 1 card we don't know about here. They go ahead and use the Shaman's ability. Usually to grab the Yuna is what they want. But what do they actually want to grab here? Maybe the Overlord of the Mistmoors. They do grab the Yuna. Which actually could be pretty good for some life gain here on the Overlord swing. But they also could have gained some life with the Overlord swing on the Sheltered by Ghosts. They're going to go Sheltered by Ghosts on the Yuna, actually. And do they pick up the Elspeth Stormslayer? They do. Really good life gain, but we have really good blocks into this, too. Go for the map token, see if they get the extra counter. They do get the extra counter, making our block much worse here. Okay. They go for the swing. They go back up to 24. They got 1 blocker on the ground. Go up to 28. We take the 8, right? Yeah. No blocks, because we have Caretaker's Talent level 3 next turn with a full swing. Yuna has nothing to target, right? Passes back. Extra oil counter onto the Forge. Get the extra planes down. Give our tokens the little boost. Give our tokens a little boost. Get a nice full swing. A very nice full swing. GG opponent. Look at that board state, guys. Woo, buddy. All right, let's end on a high note. Yeah, we're 44 minutes in. This deck list is a tough one to play, guys. It's like I said, somewhere in the middle of that video, I kind of wish I would have played a different deck list first when I sat down to record today. But that's okay. Hopefully I played it out well enough for you guys. Yeah. Here's the deck list again, guys. A farewell to oil. I think those matches was a good farewell to oil. The first couple were a little bit iffy, I suppose, but we kind of balanced out, and showcasing the iffy sides of deck lists is important to me as well, because it's just more realistic. So, guys, I forgot to bring up all the YouTube stuff, by the way. Hey, if you liked the video, make sure you actually drop it a like. And if you enjoy the channel, make sure you actually consider subscribing, because it really does help out the channel. And then also in the description, we have the Discord link as well as the Patreon link too, if you're interested in joining either of those up or supporting the channel that way. So either way though, thank you, thank you. Yeah, so the deck list, we didn't see Ertha Joe do too much here, but when we played it on stream, Ertha Joe was kind of an MVP, and something I'm going to keep my eye on for future Boros mid-range deck lists that run Elspeth Stormslayer especially, because curving from Ertha Joe into Stormslayer was just absolutely disgusting. Or you could curve the opposite way too. If you already had the Stormslayer established, getting Ertha Joe down, getting double the mercenaries, and still going -3 on the Stormslayer, double that -3 ability with the bottom ability on Ertha Joe. Seriously, guys, it was a really good combo, and it came in handy very often to clean up 2 of the opponent's things, which, of course, they have to be mana value 3 or greater, though. So Ertha Joe's big reason, though, having that bottom ability is to pair with the Filigree Sylex, which we actually saw do the thing today. We just didn't see it do the 10 damage thing. We saw it do the board wipe thing, and it did it very cleanly, very well. I liked that a lot. Tablet of Completion we got to see do the thing today too, even getting to the point where we could draw cards off of it as well. One of the big things with deck lists like this, and why it feels overwhelming to play, is because you get so much on the board, and there's so much to keep track of in the mana base and everything too, when you're tapping lands and whatnot. But then also, while you're so established on the board, all of a sudden Caretaker's talent is stalking your hand like crazy on your turn and the opponent's turn, sometimes with things like Carrot Cake too. You just have so many options. At that point, all you got to do is choose the best one. But how? How do you choose the best one? So Soul Guide Lantern in the main board is hilarious to me, but holy cow, has it been necessary. And we had Rest in Peace in the honorable mentions as well. I guess you can choose your graveyard hate of choice. I do think Soul Guide Lantern is completely adequate in here for what it does. And then if you're not up against graveyard hate too, you have the bottom ability, tap it, sack it, draw a card. Or it's a cheaper version, or a cheaper card than Rest in Peace that you wouldn't mind popping as much to the bargain on Torch the Tower or something too. Yeah. Does that make sense? Yeah, that makes sense. But still, you could consider Rest in Peace for sure if you're seeing a lot of that Reanimator. It's Una Reanimator. We're still seeing Omniscience Reanimators. They're a bit slower now, though, luckily, right? We're seeing Mini Reanimator in all different forms. We see Azorus Mini Reanimator. We see Jeskai Mini Reanimator. We're seeing Dino Reanimator, right? The Jund version is what we see most often. We still see Rakdos Reanimator pop up from time to time, too. So there's just, and like I said, it's every other game sometimes. Sometimes it's more. Soul Guide Lantern, keep your eye on it, bro. Or other forms of graveyard hate. Oh, guys, put it on the do not craft list if that was not obvious to all of these farewell deck lists. We're saying farewell because rotation is right around the corner. By the time this video goes up, we might be like a week away from rotating. So that's soon. That's really soon. What cards are we going to lose in here? Churning Reservoir, farewell, buddy. Tablet of Completion, farewell. Filigree Sylex, farewell. Urabrask Forge, farewell. Yes, Forge was such a fun one to have, and it never felt overbearing, and it felt powerful in the right build, but it never felt like unfair or anything, you know what I mean? Especially once it got paired with Caretaker's talent. Once Caretaker's talent came out, just great stuff, right? Is that it? Is that our oil cards? Oh, Monumental Facade. Farewell, my friend. Farewell. You can see here, Alchemy already rotated. If we go to Alchemy, the cards that are leaving will glow red. See, I missed a couple. Sunfall. Good riddance. I'm teasing, Sunfall. I'm totally teasing, right? No, Sunfall has been an absolute menace to me. So, and Battlefield Forge also rotating as well. Once all those rotate, obviously you still have like a little token Boros mid-range shell, kind of, sort of, but realistically, the deck list dies with rotation. So make sure you don't craft it. But maybe you wanted to say farewell to oil and you already have all the cards. I do think it's actually pretty good. I think that in those cases where we were drawing really poorly, and you guys know those matches already, I think that we got a little unlucky. The other matches, we got a little lucky. It balanced itself out pretty well. But I do think it's a decent version of mid-range, especially when I combine all these matches with the games that we played on Twitch as well. I don't know what the total win rate was, but yeah, okay. If you have all the cards and you want to say goodbye to oil, this is definitely one to give a shot. But no matter what, do not craft anything, because pretty much the whole deck list is going bye-bye when rotation happens. All right, guys, enough rambling. What did you think of the deck list? Do you think I'm right? Is this the style of deck list that is just really hard to play? Also, definitely let me know in the comments if I did actually play it out well for you too. Hopefully I did. It felt all right after I actually was able to make decisions. So, guys, if you made it this far into the video for real, y'all are champions. I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.